The question is, why would they elect certain towns to be sundown towns and not just make everywhere sundown? Because think about it, y'all. Hold on. Think about it like this, right? Think about it like this, right? What's so special, reflection, about these locations that they would make certain locations sundown towns and others not? Why not just make the whole fucking country a sundown country, right? It wasn't. Only certain towns was like this. That's why they were called sundown towns. I'm going to show them to you. I'm going to pull the map up. But all these sundown towns are aligned strategically along certain sectors. Remember, we had just came out of being tribal. And a lot of the tribes, little do most people know, a lot of these so-called Native American tribes, which are black people, still, all of them didn't get caught. Do y'all know how many tribes still live right here in the woods amongst us? Bro, you have no clue. Look, I grew up in Illinois and I now live in Georgia. Look, in Illinois alone, Illinois is so fucking big. It's so many forests and forest preserves and wooded areas where the people don't even go through. I used to be in Chicago, Ohio a lot too. We used to always go to the woods in Ohio, nigga, like all through Ohio. And definitely down here in Georgia. What? Boy, they got so many parks and forest preserves and land down here in Georgia. Now, that's just 3 states, y'all. How about 50? How about this? Nothing on the map look like it's supposed to look. It's way more than 50 states, nigga. The land mass is bigger than 50 states. They conquered 50 states, nigga. Boy, you know how many tribes of us gods and goddesses still existed in other parts of the land that they just can't get into, that push to that side of the land and set up energetic force fields using magic that they can't break through? That's where the Wakanda movie come from. That's where that whole storyline come from. Of all the tribes that still exist and gods and goddesses that still here. That's in Wakanda mode. Because they using energy, so they got to stay in their little Wakanda force fields. Because if they come outside of it, now they subject them to their energy. They got all our old magic. Listen, y'all. That's why I'm gonna do a lecture on Lovecraft Country. Shout out to Colleen Loggins, man. That's one of the goddesses she been rocking in the university since day one, since the Facebook. I don't even watch TV. So she put me on Lovecraft. She like, God, you gotta watch this. A lot of the shit you should. I know you're gonna break this down because you be touching on all this and they was showing it. And she like, I watch all your stuff. So when I was watching Lovecraft Country, I'm like, then they dropping hella gems. Yes, boy. I'm gonna do a lecture on Lovecraft, boy. They hit you, they sauced you and walked you in that motherfucker. I was like, damn. I'm watching that shit with the wifey like, ooh, they dropping that shit in here. Woohoo, they dropped that shit in there. You hear me? And they not even bringing it back no more. Boy, they dropped that shit in there, boy. I thought American Gods, boy, listen, boy. In Lovecraft Country, boy, they dropped all the ones and twos. You hear me? Especially when your shit open. Even down to the monsters, nigga, that was killing motherfuckers in the woods, boy. Well, you know what that was? I'm going to say that for the lecture. You hear me? Signs and symbols for the conscious motherfucking mind. All through that bitch. They ain't lie about nothing in that shit, boy. They ain't lie about nothing, boy. They might as well put documentary under that bitch. You hear me? Made it a docu-series. You feel? They might as well make that motherfucker a docu-series. Y'all hear me? Talking about some Netflix originals. They should say Netflix docu-series. Fuck you talking about? Come on, man. When you're talking forest preserves, man, y'all have not a clue, nigga. They showed us 50 states on the map. Boy, we got way more land than that. And I'm not even talking about when you go outside the ice wall. I'm talking about right here in what they call North America. Come on, man. Do you really think your ancestors was that weak that they was gonna conquer every single one of the tribes? No, nigga. Hell no, nigga ain't go like that. Well, they got a section of this bitch. They got a section of our shit. They have a section of our shit. They got probably like 50 to 65% of our land. And that 50 to 65% that they conquered, they named that North America. And even within that, you got tribes that still exist in every fucking state living in these forests and these lands, nigga. Whatever state you in North America, just look at your state. Dive into your state. You think I'm lying? A lot of y'all won't even have a clue how big your state is because they don't even show you how big the states is. They lying about all the maps anyway. But just still, they give you a little bit. Man, go look at your state. Look at how many acres the state is they telling you. And no, it's 3 times bigger than that. And then also go into how many forest preserves it is and how much land it is. And go look at all the towns. And look at all the land in between the town. Boy, you're going to be like, hold up. Hold the fuck on. Hold on, what's going on here, nigga? Every state got pyramids in it. Every state got pyramids in it. I was telling my OG and some more people, my homies and them about the pyramids in Illinois they didn't know about. I'm like, boy, the Cahokia Mounds is fucking a form of pyramids, nigga. Every state got pyramids in it. I don't give a fuck where you go. And in every country, too. But I'm just saying as far as in North America. So I'm making a point about the USA. Right? Boys, pyramids and all this shit. The Cahokia Mounds in Illinois is pyramids. And they were way bigger than that. Them are mounds that connect to bigger pyramids in force fields. Because I told you we had pyramids every fucking where made out of crystals. Obsidians. Tourmalines. Amethyst. Tourmalated quartz. Where you think all your crystals come from? What you think? Yeah, right. Wi-Fi. The whole idea of Wi-Fi comes from these crystal towers we had that we were connected to. Oh, man. Let them have eyes see clearly. Okay. So these sundown towns were structured specifically along certain sectors. And they made these sundown towns because when we were warring with them, we were fucking them up the most in these sundown towns. Okay? So to regain the energetic frequency control, they made sure to make them strongholds. Where, nigga, you couldn't even be in there after dark. Because if you be in there after dark in these sundown towns, they don't know if you finna tap into some of the gods or tap into some of the elemental beings that like to pop up in these certain energetic strongholds they call sundown towns after dark. And this is what they were showing you in Lovecraft Country when the monsters came out, nigga, at dark, nigga. They were kind of tapping into that a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Or how you have heard all these stories about the Mothman prophecies or people seeing Bigfoots. Just go look at all the stories through history of people saying they seen crazy sightings, nigga. You gonna start getting a whole picture. See what I'm saying? Of what they was really seeing and what be really going on at night. See what I'm saying? In these certain locations. And notice the locations where all these crazy sightings at, they line up with all these sundown towns of yesteryear. But a lot of people don't even know about sundown towns. Or let alone that even to this day they still exist. Yes. To this day they still got sundown towns. Boy, Illinois is full of sundown towns. In Vienna,